What's the point of Sefiras haomer? Why do we tell Sefira? And how does it work? The Torah says, Sheva Shabbos Tmimis Tiyena, 7 weeks equals 49 days. But then the Torah says, Ad Yimachres HaShabbos HaShviyas Tispri Chamishim Yom, count 50 days. So what are we counting, 49 days or 50 days? The Torah describes the beginning of Sefiras haomer. The Torah describes in Parshas Aри'ה, my hochayil chermaish bakomu, from when you start cutting the standing wheat. What does it mean bakomu? Chazal Darshan bakomu means bakoime, shtaya de ketviyah. What is the point of that? The concept of Sefiras haomer, it says in Sfurim, Sefira is melushan saper, to shine. We shine into the haomer. What is the haomer? The haomer is a machal b'haime. Haomer is made out of sa'orim, which is barley. Barley is a food, the grain that they give to animals. Masha'inkin on Shviyas, we bring a korban shtaya lechem, which is made out of chitim. Chitim is wheat, which is people food. So the Torah says, my hochayil, so we start from the haomer. When the people basically are nicht ausgearbeitete Menschen, not worthy people. We act like animals. Start out without taking our midas. The concept is we just came out of Mitzrayim. Mitzrayim is a concept of avudim. We're not higher level people. We're like animals. Now we start working on the animal. We work on the animal, we work on the animal, we work on the animal, until we reach Ve'kravta mincha chadush al Hashem. We bring a new korban to Hashem. What? A korban of chitim. We're worthy to be people. But what is the method? What is the methodology that we use to become from the animal to the person? So the Torah gives us an approach. When you take the sickle to the standing grain, you take the knife and you cut down that strength, I am, that ego, and you knock it down to I'm an Eved Hashem. When we count Sefira, every day we're counting, not that we're making ourselves into better people, we're making ourselves into more of an Eved Hashem. That answers an interesting question. The Mefarshim ask, why do we say, we say in davening that today should be chesed shebechesed, the chesed gevira shebechesed, the mushal today is chesed shebahoid, it's Pesach Shiny, and it's the first day of the 5th week, so it's chesed shebahoid. But what is that about? That's about tikkun amidas. There's a midah of chesed, whereby we learn how to act properly and do chesed to others. There's a midah of gevira, whereby we learn how to be strong and not fall into the yetzer hara, and learn how to use that avodah for Hashem's midah of Sefiras, which is where we consider ourselves great. In other words, I'm proud to be a Jew, and we do what we're supposed to do with a starkheit, not be afraid of it, not be afraid of anybody, know that I'm doing the right thing because I'm an Eved Hashem, until you reach the midah of Malchus, in which I'm a Kabbalah Malchus Shemayim Shleima. So those are the midas that we work through, and each midah has its own sub-midas. So you have chesed shebechesed, where you're doing a pure chesed just for chesed's sake, for no other reason, and you have a chesed, so you have a gvira shebechesed, in which you have to be strong, and it's tough for you to do the chesed, but you do the chesed and so forth, and as till you go through all the midas. But what is the aim? Is the aim that we should become great people? Yes. But what kind of great people? Avdei Hashem. So what we do is we learn from Hashem. So we look at Hashem's midas. Hashem is a midah of chesed. Hashem does beautiful chesed with the world. Oilam chesed yibuna, the entire world, everything in the world shows the chesed Hashem. And then the entire world shows the gevira of Hashem, how strong Hashem is and how much Hashem, even if we chas v'shulam do things that we shouldn't do, Hashem is still marach af, and He has compassion on us because He strengthens Himself not to punish us, and so forth. And as all of the midas, and we learn them from Hashem, and we act like that. So what happens is this Mefarshim ask a kasha, Why do we start? If we're going up to Hashem, and the highest midah is chesed, and the lowest midah is malchus, we should start from malchus sheba malchus and make our way up to chesed sheba chesed. Instead, we start from chesed and make our way down to malchus. The teretz is because we're working on ourselves. We are tzelem elikim. So we start by looking, Hashem does chesed, we do chesed. And we look at the first midah first and we work on ourselves because that's the way to work on it. It's easier to work on your chesed and then to work on your gevira and azevata, the same way the Eibishter created the world, first with a bechin of chesed and then with a bechin of gevira and so forth in the creation of the world. So the world is built on chesed and gevira and teferis. So we start from chesed, gevira, teferis, and we do that. Now, once we reached 49 madraiges, in other words, we worked on chesed, and we worked on the parts of chesed, and we worked on gevira, and worked on the parts of gevira, and we basically tried to make ourselves into a better person by what? By becoming an Eved Hashem. We go to Hashem and we say, please Hashem, can you please give us the 50th? Which is Matan Torah. Give us number 50 because we are really asking Hashem, I want to be yours. The 50th is connecting to Hashem and asking Hashem, you give it to us. That's why it says, you count 49, but Tisperi Chamishim Yoim, because the 50th is the culmination of the 49.